chapter 5. Okay, look. This is the book of the genealogy of Adam. So where did all the nations come from? Right there. All the nations came from Adam. In the day that God created man, he made him in the likeness of God. He created them male and female, blessed them, and called them mankind in the day that they were created. And Adam lived 130 years. He got a son, and in his own likeness and after his own image. So Adam's son was created or born in the likeness of God. No, that's not what the book says. What does the book say? In the likeness, in his own likeness. Who's the his? Adam's. So Seth was in the likeness of God. No, Seth was in the likeness of Adam. And after his, who's the his? Adam's image. So Seth was in the image of who? God? No, Adam. And Adam named Seth. Who named Adam? God did. So did God name Seth? No. But in the book of Revelation, God says he's going to give every believer what? A new name. So who's going to name us in heaven? God will. You see, all of this is part of the curse. Even you being named by your parent is part of the curse. Adam was not supposed to name us. God was going to give us a name. So go back and read this church. The church at, when we was reading the church. Go back to Revelation. What did it say? Who's going to name you in the future? Watch. To him who overcomes, I will give some of the hidden manna to eat. And I will, who's the I? God. I will give him a white stone. And on that stone, what are you going to get? You're going to get Adam to name you? You're going to get some human parent to name you? No. You're going to get it the exact way you were supposed to get it in the beginning if you were in fact in the image of God and the likeness of God. What are you going to get? You're going to get God naming you. That's what you're going to get. When did Eve receive her name? Was it before sin or after sin? Eve received her name after the fall. Did God name her Eve? Nope. After the fall, everybody is named by a human. Let me show it to you. Look, I keep trying to tell you, folks, all of this is extremely important. It looks like little insignificant things, but I'm telling you, it is extremely important to the plan of God. Because everything that the believer is going to have, including their name, is going to be provided solely by God and have no human connection to it whatsoever. Watch. So you think by now, I'll point something out to you. To the woman, God said something. Did he call her Eve right here? No, why not? Because she didn't have a name yet. God refused to name her. He said, wait a minute, why? Because he knew she was going to be the cause or the person that Satan was going to use to bring into the world sin. So he refused to name her. But look right here. Then to Adam. You think that was a mistake that he called her a woman? Oh, no mistake. Watch. So God curses him. in verse 19, look at this. Verse 20. What do you see? And Adam, after the fall, what did he do? Called his wife's name Eve. Do you see a problem with that? Probably not before I mentioned it to you. But God had a problem with that. Why? What does Eve mean? Because she, look at this. This is how corrupt and warped and darkened is the mind of all humans. Look at what Adam did. He called his wife Eve. Why? Because she was the mother of all living. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Who was responsible for all living? But according to corrupt Adam, in his wickedness, in his sinfulness, he gave that credit to the woman. Friend, can't you see it? That was wicked, what he did. Just goes to show you how we sin and don't even realize that we're sinning. What a merciful God we serve. God should have struck Adam dead for that stupidity that he did. God should have killed him on the spot. He took God's glory and he gave it to a woman. Now, let's go back to Genesis. We're looking at Genesis 5. All right. So here's here's the nations. Now you say Satan, remember? Satan did something in Isaiah chapter 14. What did he do? Satan weakened the nations. And I showed you that Satan, that weakened mean he caused the nations to sin. So the question is, what does that look like? So Adam named his son. Here's how he weakened it. I'm going to show you something. I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to point out a couple of things. After he begat Seth, the days of Adam was 800 years. And he had sons and daughters. So all the days that Adam lived physically were 930 years. And he died. Seth lived so many years and begot Enos, and Seth lived 870 years, had sons and daughters. So all the days of Seth was 912 years, and he died. Enos lived so many years and all that stuff, and he died. And now Canaan lived, and he died. Mahalalel lived, and he died. Jared lived, and he died. Enoch lived, and God took him. God took him. So how did Satan weaken the nation?